Hello, my name is Jen, and I would like to share something with you that is very near and dear to my heart. On September 10th, 2024, my husband Robert and I lost our sweet baby boy, Leo Balboa, to IMHA, immune mediated hemolytic anemia. This condition is absolutely devastating, and I'm here today to share with you our story and to spread awareness about this awful disease. On July 5th, 2024, our Leo was diagnosed in the emergency room with IMHA. My husband and I's lives were shattered the day we heard this diagnosis. We never in our lives have heard of this disease, and both of us are dog lovers and we have had dogs our whole lives. So when we heard this disease, we did not know what to think of it, but we knew it was absolutely devastating. Our Leo went from playing, stretching, eating treats, eating chicken, being our sweet baby boy, to being very, very sick overnight. He no longer wanted to eat. He was lethargic. He would not play. He wouldn't stretch. He wouldn't jump on the bed. He couldn't even get up on the sofa. He was very, very sick. So as soon as we noticed that he was acting different, we immediately brought him to his regular vet. Give a shout out to Dr. D. She was such a great vet, and she supported us, throughout the diagnosis, and it was just very, very hard. Also, we were in the process of moving out of town when our Leo was diagnosed with this. So that in itself was devastating because we're trying to pack up to move, and our baby boy is diagnosed with this potentially deadly disease. So, Dr. D, we would like to also thank one of her former patients, Lily, who has passed away. Lily was a little white dog who had heart disease, and her family set up a little fund in Lily's name. And Dr. D went ahead and she donated some portions of that fund to help Leo get tested for this, illness that he had. So we brought him to the emergency vet, and like I said, they diagnosed him with IMHA. He needed a blood transfusion, which that can be very costly, but we were very grateful that we were able to get that done for him. He had a blood transfusion and he was on 6 different medications. We were able to get him out of ICU and bring him home the second night, I believe, and a lot of dogs stay for several nights in ICU. However, I would like to point out that my husband and I were being guided by my cousin, Dr. Katie, who owns her own veterinarian practice. So she was talking to the vets at the emergency hospital and kind of working behind the scenes for us. And she told us that it was okay to bring Leo home. We brought him home. He was on his medications, and we slowly started seeing improvement. Then we didn't. All of a sudden, again, he never started really playing again or doing any of the stuff he did prior to his diagnosis, but we could just kind of tell he was finally wanting to eat, and he wouldn't just sleep nonstop. And the poor baby was losing blood, and for him to have needed a blood transfusion, things got pretty bad. So, one regret that my husband and I both have is we wish we would have checked his gums sooner, because if we would have done that, we would have got him immediate help. And that's one thing I'm going to take from this. If you notice your animal, your dog is acting differently or anything, just please check to make sure their gums are pink. And if you're not sure of this, look on the internet or ask your veterinarian what they're supposed to look like, because that is a sign the animal is in distress. So, our Leo stayed in ICU. He was on his medicines. Then we brought him home. We gave him his meds. He started doing a little bit better, but we could tell things were still off. He then developed a cold, I guess you could say, and he was already on 2 very strong antibiotics. And even being on those antibiotics, he still developed this cold because his little immune system was so weak, which it was just in disbelief of how fast things happened. So we planned on bringing him to my cousin Katie, and there was also a hurricane coming where we live at. So We were bringing him to my cousin on September 10th. The hurricane was set to hit on September 11th. So on September 10th, we went to my cousin's practice, which was over an hour away. We brought Leo, and we did not plan on having to say goodbye to him. However, leading up to bringing him to her office, he started to stumble again. He was so weak he couldn't get in and out of the car. He couldn't jump on the bed. He couldn't go up and down the steps. My husband had to continuously carry him, and he wasn't able to go on walks. We would put toys out in front of him and try to do gentle play since we knew he was weak and he just didn't want to play. And it was sad. So my cousin did some tests and determined that he also had pneumonia. So his lungs were covered in pneumonia. His little body was starting to fail. He was on, he started developing sores within days on his belly. We think he could have been starting to bleed internally again. Things were just going down really quick. He stopped eating. He did not even want, before we let him pass peacefully, my cousin tried to offer him mac and cheese and barbecue and he turned it down. And our Leo never turned down cheese or food. So that was pretty hard seeing that because it just like, it sealed the deal. Like he just is too sick. So he did not pass away because of the pneumonia. It was the disease that his body was just becoming too weak. So we did everything we could for him. We got him medical attention as soon as possible. We listened to everything the doctor said. We had his medicine and would give it to him on time. And his body was just too doggone weak. So we are grateful that we were able to make the decision for him to pass away peacefully with the help of Dr. Katie. And my husband and I just laid by him and we told him it was okay and that he can pass and we would be okay and that we love him, we miss him, and he was so good to us. And yeah, we miss him and I shed tears over him every day. And I'm sure I will for a very long time. But the point I'm trying to make is, please, guys, if you notice anything different with your animal, your dog, please, please, please check their gums and just get them help. And it's better to be safe than sorry. The sooner this is caught, the faster it is to get treatment started, which is better for the dog. And also, I would just like to say that if you ever do have to hear these words, the first thing is don't panic and just remember to be there for your sweet baby. Show him or her lots of love and to just take it one day at a time. There are some animals who go through treatments and they don't need medicine anymore and they do great. There's others who do great. They go into remission, and then there's other animals that they just don't make it. And I would just like to say that I hope none of y'all ever have to hear these words except from me. And if you could please just spread awareness about this awful disease, because if we could just save one animal and make it easier for one family, then it's all worth it. Also, please know not all vets are specialized in this, so you will need to go to a specialist or like internal medicine, but that's okay. But please be the voice for your dog and please speak up for them, advocate for them as you would yourself or your child. And yes, I pray that you don't ever have to go through this. So again, we just want to spread awareness about this awful disease, immune mediated hemolytic anemia, and honor our sweet baby boy Leo, who is no longer in a broken body and is resting peacefully. We love you, sweet boy. And if you have ever heard of this, or if you haven't, leave a message down in the comments, and also let me know what is your pup's name. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.